You know, people are always telling me that I should become a comedian, like officially. Like, I should stop this YouTube shit, I should go on the road, I should do the clubs, fucking pay my dues, and see if I can get anywhere doing stand-up comedy. And it's really not that appealing to me because it's bad enough having to deal with an easily manageable audience and comments. You know, I wouldn't want to make the switch to, like, actually dealing with loud, boisterous assholes, like, "It's not fucking funny, get off stage, you fat tub of fucking shit!" The only thing that makes me kinda want to actually do that, it has nothing to do with being legitimately famous and being able to go on talk shows and all that bullshit and having, like, real fucking big money thrown my way. Like, that doesn't appeal, but what does appeal is the idea that maybe I could have an HBO special which I would open with the most disgusting comment possible. But even then, it probably wouldn't be that shocking coming from me, because if you make your living doing shocking stuff, eventually there's gonna come a point where people are like, he's just trying too hard to be shocking. That's him, Mr. Tryhard. But it'd be really great if someone, like, who has sort of like a PG-13 kind of reputation came out and said some shit like that. Like if you got Jerry Seinfeld to come out and be like, "I was anally fisting a toddler last night," and then, you know, the audience is like, "Whoa! Did he say anally fisting a toddler?" He did. He said anally fisting a toddler. Say what? And you know, right now, because I just said anally fisting a toddler, well, 4 times now, there's someone out there in YouTube land who's like, "Oh my god, yeah. Oh man, I didn't expect to hear that right now in this context, but it's so exciting because I always wanted to anally fist a toddler." You know, and if you're watching this video with somebody, you should take a quick look over at them just to see if they're the guy. You know, just like look at, don't look at their face, because they're going to be wearing that neutral expression of like, "What he said means nothing to me." Look down at their crotch and just like see if they're like sporting a goddamn big meat sword down there like But hey, it's not just guys that can be pedophiles. There might be a girl next to you, and obviously you can't check and see if she's sporting like a giant erection. So you're gonna have to like physically reach over and just check for like moistness. You just be like, "Just checking, Sally." That's just part of my National Pedophile Awareness Program. You gotta check for those people, because they're dangerous. Very dangerous. I don't really understand them. Not from a moral perspective, because who gives a fuck? I'm basically a sociopath. Doesn't bother me. But what doesn't make sense to me is, like, to me, a child is basically an amorphous blob of stupidity. It's just like, "I want to go to McDonald's!" And it's like, you look at it just like, "I don't give a fuck what you want. I'm bigger. I don't have to listen to you." But apparently there's someone out there that's like, "I want to fuck that." Why don't you just like fuck a mound of Play-Doh? It's the same basic premise, but without all the legal repercussions. I kind of understand rapists, because at least when you're talking about rapists, like, rape victims usually have tits. But you know, even then, it doesn't really make sense to go through all the trouble of raping someone when you can just pay a prostitute. But then they say rape is more about power than it is about sex. So my suggestion to these people that want power is just join the police force, because that's a good way that somebody who's, you know, not really qualified to have power can attain it, and then you can just go home and jerk off, and the system doesn't mind. The system doesn't care then. It only cares if you rape or child molest, but there are alternatives. Play-Doh and the police force. I'm glad I was able to help you guys out. Where'd you get the fucking soda?
This one, buddy.
Fucking Scotty comes in my room before he knows I'm not gonna get up, and he's like, "You wanna go eat?" I'm like, "No, not right now."
We went to a place he said you hated.
Really?
Some place in Abita Springs that I've never been to.
The Abita Brew Pub.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that fucking place.
They fucking gave us our sandwiches, and then he ordered his extra lettuce and extra tomato, and obviously I didn't. But they had switched it, and I had extra lettuce and tomato on mine. But the Food Network was there, so they couldn't take it back. So we just had to take the lettuce and put it on the other sandwich.
Food Network's there, so they couldn't take it back.
I guess the waitress didn't want to take it back, so she like asked us, please, could we just do this?
Food Network. Food Network's there. I'd been like, you fucked up my order! What the fuck is this?
That's exactly what Scotty said. Scotty's like, I should just go back there and tell them they fucked it up. Like, just in front of all the cameras, like, what the fuck is this shit?
Throw the plate against the wall. Order's wrong and the food tastes like fucking garbage. Okay. Where was I? Anally fisting toddlers. Okay.